wake up. Yeah.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now.
Check.
No drip, just
wet.
Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no
Rest.
Might crash, might
wreck.
but first I
Stretch.
Tell 'em run it up. I wake up,
Flex.
thumb down now.
Check.
No drip, just
wet.
Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no
Rest.
Might crash, might
wreck.
but first I
Stretch.
Tell 'em run it up.
9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady.
Greetings. We are here in the lab. We're here in the lab. This is Ebony Sports Reporters, and we got with us Coach Stud in the house. Coach Stud in the house. Coach Stud got Coach Julius Hall in the house. And then coming from Brooktown, coming from Brookland, coming from Crookland, we got Coach Tisha and Coach Fritz. How y'all doing?
Hello.
All right. And so we're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to get this started right now because some things are happening. Some things are happening all around. And we got to let you see. Because, again, it's March Madness. But then some people are saying some things have changed. Some things have changed. And people are surprised. And they are also astonished at some of this right here. And we're going to hit you with Maya right now. We're going to hit you with Maya. And what people are astonished at, goaltending in the women's game, So, Coach Fritz, Coach Tisha, what's your thoughts with regards to that?
Yeah, it's goaltending.
It was goaltending. She timed it well. She was just a few seconds late, but you can't hit the ball while it's going up. And she hit it up against the backboard, so that's goaltending.
She should have just waited like a fraction of a second.
All right. Well, some people are saying that now the women's game is to the point where now you got goaltending going, and it goes to Sunday. Coach Julius Hall talks about how athletic they are. So, Coach Julius Hall, what was your thoughts with regards to that?
I used to jump that high back in the day. I can't jump that high no more. So she out jumps me right now. I'm just amazed at, like you said, the athleticism of these players these days. There's no fear. There's something in the water that we're drinking, or they're drinking, or we all drinking, or somebody drinking. That she drank higher than me and Fritz.
Yeah, I give you that.
They not just playing for the team now. That NIL money make it a lot different. You playing for your family. You playing for yourself. You playing for what you got, not that logo that's on the front.
So you can ball out.
Okay. All right. And again, Maya plays for Jackson State. This is Jackson State when they're playing UConn. So yes, the HBC. You experienced Coach Stud. What's your thoughts with regards?
Just like Coach Tisha said, they playing for that NIL money now. They have elevating their game to the next level now.
Right.
That was amazing play, but I do agree it was goaltending though. But it was amazing play. The athleticism, especially in these HBCUs now, there's some talent there.
Yeah.
And that's it exactly. That again, they're looking at saying, hey, the talent is there and the moves are being made. So again, we give a compliment because people are not saying, again, showing the level right there. So now we come to this again. And it's tied to UConn also with regards to Gino. Gino made some comments about Tamika Best. He was like, hey, I got some thoughts about her. She's a great coach, so Coach Stud. What was your thoughts with regard to Gino's comment with regard to Tamika?
Well, every coach is going to say that they have the best player. When a player go out and score 30-something points, that's going to motivate the player to keep them playing at a very high level. So I didn't think nothing of it. Hey, he was just giving his player the props. to make her elevate her game. He wants to win also.
Well, what he was doing is the coach for Jackson State, and that he was honoring her, talking about how great she is as a coach. So to make
I
your
thought we were
read,
talking about what he said about the. I was
think about what he said about Paige Becker.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yes, sir.
Listen, that coach for Jackson State put them in the NCAA tournament. And they came there and they played and showed that they can play on that level. He had to give her props.
Absolutely. Coach Fritz and Coach Tisha.
I did watch that game, and they wasn't scared. They came to ball out. They left everything out on the court. So you have to give that team all the credit, and that comes from the coach. So it was good that he gave her the praise. It was amazing. He said the team was amazing, and they had an amazing season. That only comes from the coach, and everybody got to buy in. So she's leading women, and she did a great job. I'm proud for her. And you got I think he won a lot of championship, 4-time champion in the national women's league. He's giving you props. Yes, he's letting everybody know she's going to be a force to be reckoned with, and the HBCU is here. We always been over. HBCU has always been overlooked and whatever. They don't have talent, but now it's on the map.
I don't think it's that they don't have talent. I think it's more they ain't got the money to pay into that talent. Let's give it to these big schools that don't look like us, where the tuition is somebody's mortgage payment. So now that the tide is kind of shifting a little bit, you don't have a choice but to look at us.
Rule change.
Coach Julius Hall.
Hey, he gave her props because it was definitely due to her. When you have somebody can make it, like Don Staley, when you can motivate your players to play at a level they're not used to playing, then you're a special coach. Dion can get his players to do that too because they're motivated to show all that they have. They give it all. They leave it all on the field, and they leave it all on the court for that coach because that coach motivates them. He believes in them, or he or she might believe in them. And in this particular case, Jackson State women's basketball coach, she motivates those players. She gives them not only discipline, but she gives them love. And not only with the practice and being in practice, she's trying to give them life skills. A prime example is what y'all do over there at 2717. They give them life skills. And you just don't come here because of sports. We want to teach you how to be a man or a woman also.
You're absolutely correct, Coach Julius Hall. Yes. And so now we come to this high school recaps with regards to also local sports recaps. The Savannah Hurricanes lost to the Fredericksburg Grizzlies, so they did not make it to the championship. And so then also this weekend we had the Fort Worth Broncos. What happened with regard to that game, Coach Julius Hall?
I have no idea. I was there. You was there. We saw that the players are a little, it's first year for them to be here, and they came from another city, and we were out there supporting them. The coach needs some help, I believe, but I just recommend that everybody go out and give the team some support and encourage them so that they can play at a higher level. They lost to a team out of Jacksonville, Florida, which is undefeated, that team. And they had a quarterback that should have been the center. He was big as hell. I'm talking about this quarterback was a big old dude.
Yeah.
And he was back there, sitting back there like Tom Brady, picking my team apart. I said, what the hell going on? And I don't know whether Coach Stud had time to look them up or not. It's out of his city, but they came to play, and they whipped us pretty bad. When I left, it was 20-0.
Oh man!
And so what he reminded me of, the quarterback who had played for Windsor Forest, and I forgot Mike's last name. I can't remember. Mike Mulligan. And again, he was like a 200-pounder, but like 5'10". And so, he was huge. But then also with regards to high school, we got to do this right here. Because again, the true blue and white, again, they have an event coming up. Savannah High School versus Tucker High School. And again, April 3rd, they say support them. And we say support them again. That's why our Black Media, we look out for them.
How can I feel the hate coming through the airwaves? You could just feel the hate coming. How you gonna call them the true blue and white if we were there before them? We are the true blue and white. They're white and blue. They came after us.
I didn't know nothing about. I didn't think about though. Hey, I didn't see it like that. So let's go on to Barbara Wilburn Covington, and she has won her second boys championship, high school basketball championship in Arkansas. So she's won 2 of them. And she's showing that women can coach, and she does it with the boys there in Arkansas. So we go acknowledge, so again, from around the entire country, entire world, we try to help you all understand. We support you all. And so, so Coach Covington, no hate was given to her, so I don't understand. But we got some motivation for you. We're doing some motivation right now. You're going to get your thoughts with regard to the motivation. So, yes, indeed. Dwayne Coleman in Louisiana
will be attempting the all-time heaviest squat, 845 pounds. Let's get behind Dwayne Coleman right now.
He got it.
Oh my goodness, Wow, congratulations. You witnessed history.
motivation. Coach Julius Hall, Dwayne Coleman.
Well, it was sort of impressive. He was kind of big. It seemed like he could have did that, but I wanted them to squat it twice. Do it twice, and then I would have really been impressed. But he's a high school kid. I'm just playing. It was very impressive.
I was about to say.
It was very impressive.
The hate on Ebony Sports Reporter. Wow. So, Coach Stud.
That was very impressive. You got 45-pound plates. You got 9 on each side. That's 405 pounds on each side. Bring us up to 810, and the bar is 35 pounds. I Googled some things on the NFL. Larry Allen done 800 pounds. The offensive tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. We got an Andre Billington for the Chicago Bears right now, and he done 705. That was very impressive for an 18-year-old kid. And looked like he could have got it twice, Bernard.
Yeah.
Looked like he could have got it twice. I was just impressed to see him do it once. The bar was literally bent. Boy, that's a lot of weight there.
That's what I said.
Very impressive there. That's a lot of weight on a man back.
Absolutely. Coach
And he wasn't trembling. Did you realize he wasn't trembling? Did you see how sturdy them thighs was? I said, yeah, he did great.
My back and my knees would have gave out. Click. I'd have been done already, but he did it smooth. It looked like he wasn't worried about it. It's the spotters that was worried.
Right, exactly.
The
spotters
was nervous.
They were nervous. They're like, we got to catch this. And he's like, yeah, I got this.
That was impressive.
All right. And we got some now final motivation, because we did motivation for y'all last week. We got motivation again. This time, not just one motivation. We got 2 motivations for y'all. We want y'all to be motivated. We want you to be motivated. We want you to feel it right now. Feel it how you can go forward.
Stop!
up?
Motivation, Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz.
It's a good thing we was on mute so y'all didn't hear the noises he was making.
That is crazy. I don't know what kind of training that is, but that is crazy.
That takes more than motivation, baby.
The minute he hit me, I'd have got off the thing and swung on him. What was your problem? That is
you wouldn't have been able to.
Right.
No, definitely not.
That's all I can say is wow.
Coach Julius Hall, motivation.
Well, he had to have on some reinforced cups. Had to have on some cups and had, I don't know what the hell. Either had to be fake because no man can take that. No man can take that. I don't care what kind of
that water out
from. Ain't no male species of any kind can take that. So he had to have a reinforced jock strap on or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we put it out there for motivation. We want y'all to be motivated. So, Coach Stud.
Just looking at it, it demotivated me because me as being a male, and I knew what would happen with just the slightest in that area there. And I thought about him wearing a cup, and even with that cup, it presses. I mean, he just unhuman. No species, no human species can endure that. None. No. Mm-mm.
Unhuman.
No. Definitely not.
Well, again, Ebony Sports Reporters, that's what we do. We share with y'all so y'all can be motivated to make the change. And now we're going to go somebody else some motivation. What is going on with the Golden State Warriors? What is the future of the Warriors? What is the future of the Warriors? Because things went down last night. What is happening with the Warriors? Coach Stud, what's going on with the Golden State Warriors?
The Warriors is a championship team. They can play in and make a push there. For some reason, I just don't feel like Klay Thomas will be back next year. I just feel like they're going to part ways with Klay Thomas. If they don't get Draymond Green to keep his head in the game, he's going to cost them a game that they really need and going to cause them to have an exit out of this playoff.
Okay. Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz.
Whew. Houston is coming. If they don't see Houston playing, Houston is right behind them. They got one game to play in Houston, and I know Houston is going to be highly motivated. Golden State don't need the distractions right now. They need, Klay is not even playing to his level, and I agree with Coach Stud that he is not going to be there next year. Draymond, the way everybody looked last night, they were dejected, and they were just frustrated with him. So they might figure a way to see how they could part ways with him as well.
Who?
Draymond.
Listen, have you not seen the way Steph plays when Dre is not in the game?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, well then you should know that Dre ain't going nowhere. They will get him every counseling, every anger management. They will get him whatever he needs in the off season, but they will not get rid of him, which is why you saw the emotion in Steph last night. It's more of, okay, yes. So y'all just gonna pick at him for every little thing he do? It doesn't matter what he do? Come on. I mean, I think it's overkill at this point when it comes to Draymond. Now, is he responsible for his own actions? Obviously he is, but y'all are also nitpicking because if someone else had done the same thing, it would not have gotten you tossed out. It wouldn't have been such a grand thing like it is now. I don't feel like Draymond is going anywhere. I think you get rid of Draymond, you might as well get rid of Steph. Now, Klay, on the other hand, he just as bad as Wiggins and what's the other boy's name? I forgot the other kid name. I mean, this is just not his year. But damn, look at where he's come from. I think it's too much. I think it's too much.
Okay.
They probably will shift some things around. I just don't think Draymond will be part of that shift.
Okay. Coach Julius Hall.
Well, y'all don't worry. I told y'all who the winner's going to be every time, and y'all keep second guessing it. What's wrong with y'all? You know, Draymond needs to go somewhere. I don't know where he needs to go, but he needs to go somewhere. Maybe we call Razor Brown in to come in for Razor Brown, Bernard. We call Bernard to come in for
Draymond.
For Draymond. How about that? What y'all laughing at? My boy can cold ball. What's wrong with y'all?
Okay.
Yeah. That's my answer.
Okay.
See, the person say yes, yes, yes. See? They know. They know.
All right. Yes. So now we come to the start of Major League Baseball. Somebody say the greatest day of the year. This is the greatest day of the year for the greatest sport in the country, baseball. Today kicks off. Bam. Even though they play some stuff over in Asia, but they said, bam, this is the day right here. And will the Texas Rangers be able to repeat? 23 years since somebody's repeated, since it was the wonderful Yankees right there in the Bronx. Who, again, we got Brooklyn in the house, Queens in the house. You don't say, bam, it's the Yankees, 23 years ago. And now can the Rangers repeat? Because they unveiled the championship banner pennant right there in the stadium. So, Coach Julius Hall, what do you see? Baseball.
I see Atlanta Braves. I'm waiting on us to meet the Dodgers. I want to show y'all what we're going to do to the Dodgers. So y'all just stand back and just watch. The Atlanta Braves is all what they say they are, and y'all going to see.
All right. Coach Stud.
Well, let's start with the American League. The Yankees got down 4-0 today and came back and pulled that game now. I like the New York Yankees. I like Texas a little bit over there in the American League. And I like the Houston Astros. In the National League, the Dodgers seem to went out and going to buy them a championship this year. We'll see how that pan out. And I like the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah. Wow. You got the right team, brother.
Wait, I wanted to hear what Coach Stud had to say about the Golden State.
Oh, yeah, Coach Stud. Go ahead, Coach Stud, Golden State. Sorry about that.
Already spoke on it. I'll say they got to keep Draymond Green.
Oh, so you did say
yes. You agree with some of it, Coach Strick. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I had thought. I thought
I missed it. It's so my bad.
But because again, y'all don't want to be down with the Yankees. Y'all don't want to be down with the Dodgers. Coach Stud not saying they want to buy everything. So now we come to the Mets people, to the Mets. Go ahead, Mets. What's y'all thoughts, Mets?
I'm still on the fence with my poor Mets. I'm not really sure what they're doing.
We're gonna see how they do.
Yeah, I have to wait.
I hate to say it, Atlanta.
Yeah, I give it to Atlanta.
Houston. Dodgers is just buying things. That doesn't
Well, the Dodgers got to first figure out how to sweep this little scandal under the carpet so we don't see the mound. Because I don't care what nobody say, he's guilty. Now, how they clean this up, I'm watching intently to figure this part out. But at this point, sweeping it on the carpet, all I see is a mound rising. So this is going to be interesting. And this will dictate where they go in this season.
Hold on. Didn't the Dodgers have a great season last year, but they got taken out by the Diamondbacks? So they spent a lot of money last year.
And even more this year.
More this year, but that necessarily doesn't mean you're going to get the championship.
I'm not opposed to the Braves. I'm not a Braves fan per se, but I wouldn't be surprised, put it that way.
No, we're going to make you a Brave fan.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
You got to be brave to be a Brave.
Okay.
I see. I see.
Well, okay. Some other things happen in Major League Baseball. Numbers now. When they not have the numbers and they going to talk about the number of non-Caucasian players in Major League Baseball, where now it's not just African Americans. They now put African Latinos and African Americans together now with regard to that in baseball. Because some are saying that what has happened, Major League Baseball is realizing that they have now caused baseball, recreational baseball, that is for the tiny tots, the mighty mice, the pee-wees, the wee-wees, and also for the ponies, that again, they're making that private thing, almost like AAU. So Coach Tisha and Coach Chris, what's your thoughts with regard to Major League Baseball now trying to cover up again the lack of black players in the Major League?
Well, it's going to get to a point where you can't hide it. I mean, as they say, everything you do in the dark at some point comes to light. So
you mean lack of Caucasians?
In baseball, they're saying that lack of African Americans not playing baseball. So what they have now went included African Latinos and
There's more.
That's right. African Americans now are going to say that these are the number of people of African descent. We're not playing Major League Baseball, and saying that really that's a cover up to show that how baseball is not being treated. And in fact, it's going to blend into the next topic also that is called out, because some people say that baseball now has become a private. When you look at on the recreational level, it's becoming private now. That again, traveling in private. So then that way, in the inner cities and some of our communities, we don't have the funds to be able to engage in that, and we're not getting the same support from municipalities and county governments with regards to that. So that's what they say. That it's true. So, and Coach Julius Hall.
Right, you call me first every time you see me trying to put out a fire.
If Coach Fisher and Coach Fisher call first. Oh, you trying to put out a fire? Coach Stud, we'll go to you. He has deferred his time to you, Coach Stud.
With that, when they bring them guys in from Dominican Republic and even from Cuba, see, they want to bring them guys out of poverty. And once they see that they got a skill set with that baseball, from the time that they're big enough to pick up that bat and ball, that's what they put their emphasis on, because they want them to be the elite and compete in the United States for their country. And it's been that way with baseball for years, and they could try to cover it up if they want them. It's just not many Afro-Americans competing on a high level in a national baseball league. And it always has been that way for some years now. But them guys train and they come over here and they can't speak a lick of English. They get an interpreter and they let them guys get out there on that field. And they produce for them. It's all about winning.
Yeah, but to me, it's the sad part that we do have kids of countries, other continents, that may not have an actual bat, but they got a stick and they got a ball, and they running through jungles, and you ain't even looking at them. Why? You don't want to travel that far? Or you don't feel like you can get the same from them? Hell, y'all not even going to some of these HBCUs that have baseball as their prime sport. Or even if it's their secondary sport, you're not even looking at them like that. So it's like you're only going to Dominican Republic and Cuba because of the people you already got from there. So that's their little brother, their little cousin, the next door neighbor's friend, or something to that effect.
Yep.
Okay.
So what we're going to do right now, we're going to go into a commercial, Mr. Producer.
You going to do it? Or you want me to do it?
Okay, so all right, you want me to do the commercial? I'll do the commercial. Yes, indeed.
Doing everything else.
Katie Brewington, and I'm running for Magistrate Court Judge. Magistrate Court is often called the People's Court because people represent themselves or are pro se litigants. Magistrate Court handles civil claims up to $15,000, dispossessory proceedings, pre-warrant applications, and good behavior bonds. I'm a great candidate for judge because I have the experience, compassion, and drive to get the job done. I have been a probation officer, a criminal defense attorney, a solicitor, and a municipal court judge, and I will take all of that experience to get the job done. So remember, vote Katie Brewington, May 21st, for Magistrate.
Hello, I'm Richard Coleman, and I'm running for the office of Sheriff of Chatham County. And when I'm elected, I promise to inspect what I expect. Chatham County, it's time for a change, and that change is me, Richard Coleman.
And we say to all of you all, we say share. Ebony Sports Reporters with Coach Stud, Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz, and Coach Julius Hall. And we say support our advertisers. Davis Johnson Bozeman Law Firm with offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. Chef's Food and Gas at Styles and Gwinnett Streets here in Savannah, Georgia. Don't ride by, stop by. Kim's Cafe at 714 MLK Junior Boulevard. And One Price Cleaners located in the Farmers Market in Garden City on Highway 80. And now we come to something, like I say, it's going to, what we talk about baseball, it blends over into something else. And this is Rex Chapman. Rex Chapman put something out there. People have their thoughts about Rex, but Rex put some thoughts out there too.
These guys come from places other than America and are also clearly white and clearly killing it. And so when you think about why it is.
I know why it is. Or I think I do.
Why is it that America has an endangered species list when it comes to its white NBA stars and the rest of the world is flourishing?
They're not dissuading their kids from playing basketball. They're not. We are. You know, I can't play that sport. Doesn't suit your race. That's not how these guys are brought up.
Right. Yeah. I mean, exactly.
So we don't put Billy and Johnny in, we put them in soccer and we put them in baseball and we put them in lacrosse and tennis and everything else. Basketball, that's for them. It's not for our type. That's fucked up. The other thing, they know time and score. They know the possession. They know everything because they've been coached extremely hard from a very young age. And if they talk back or if they gave any lip or if they this or that, no, fuck you. Sit down. You're not going to play. They don't coddle their
overseas
AAU aged kids in Europe. Guys are not coddled. Guys are not coddled playing professional ball in Europe. So when European players come over here now, especially when you can't hold and grab like you can, they feel like it's easier to play in this league because more freedom of movement. Yes, the athletes are better. The coaching, though, they look at it as, we're not being coached up real hard around here. And it's kind of more like a vacation for them a little bit from the coaches they played with growing up. We start coddling, some of us do, start coddling our kids. And if they don't start on this AAU team, we take them to another AAU team. And pretty soon that you're making your kid an excuse maker.
Okay. Rex Chapman, Coach Stud.
To sum it up, I agree with what Rex said. He put everything in perspective. He touched all areas. I totally agree with what he said.
Okay. So we now go to Coach Tisha and Coach Fritz.
I mean, he said the quiet part out loud. He didn't lie. It's just surprising he said it because he don't look like us, but it's the facts.
I loved him as a player. He did know how to ball. Now, times have changed. And like he said, that sport is for us. That's for them. So they want, they're not teaching their kids to be NBA players no more. They're teaching them to be soccer or to be the agent, to do other sports that they know they'll have a chance at. And like he said, we in America, we coddle our kids. other places they don't do that, you know.
Well, Wemby said it himself that he felt it was easier to play here in the States than it is in Europe. So I don't know.
You know, this AAU, you have to be the, you know, it's favoritism. It's you get on a team that's a powerhouse team, and like you said, if you don't start on this my thing is, if you don't start on the AAU team, work on your craft, work on your game to get better. Then you could start, not go to another team and then try to get favoritism again and start.
Well, they want them to own the team, not play on the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, Coach Julius Hall, are you okay? Do you want to make a comment on this topic matter that was put out by Rex?
Yes, I do. I think that Rex was right, but we're not complaining. More jobs for us. I mean, who complaining? But I mean, hey, Rex just told the truth. You know, if they don't want to play basketball, then, you know, and the players are coming from France and Argentina and Soviet Union and every place else to play, but they're not putting that. It's just like us not sending our kids to play baseball no more. It's too pricey, you know? And so, hey, you know, one washes out the other. You don't see us on the baseball field like that no more. Yeah.
All right. And so, again, that's why I say how you see how it blends. And again, he threw it out there. They direct them to baseball. And so they make baseball now become a sport just like with regard to AAU. And so, again, that's what's happening. And so, but now we move on to Pat McAfee. McAfee, he went and said something about the University of South Carolina, Lady Gamecocks. He said it's the most dominant team that he has seen in this era right here. So, Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts on the comments made by Pat with regards to this involving Don Staley's Gamecocks?
Well, I think that he's kind of right, but I don't think you can give them that status yet, because I think the most dominant, you got two teams that were more dominant than South Carolina. You had Stanford back in the day, and you definitely had UConn. UConn was the most dominant team ever. Now, Don does what she's doing and can do what she's doing for the next 2 or 3 years. Yeah, you could put them up there as the greatest.
Coach Tisha said to mute you on that. That was Coach Tisha. She said to mute you on that bullshit. So that's why she sent me a message. She said mute him. So I'm gonna mute you now. But that was she said.
Think about it. Think about it. UConn was the most dominant team that you ever seen.
They were absolutely.
They were so dominant. I hated them.
Yeah, I mean they won every year.
You have to add Tennessee to that. USC
and Tennessee. Don got a while before she could get there. Probably another couple of years. Let her go 30-1, 30-1 again, or something like that, or 30-0, 35-0, or something. You know, then you could put her up there. Yeah.
It was people. We got calls coming in right now. They said mute him on that. It wasn't me again. It's the viewers. The viewers said that. So we'll unmute you now, Coach Julius Hall.
Well, that wasn't nobody but Tony Mitchell. If anybody said it, to mute me. But Tony Mitchell, you know I'm right. You know, all the star players are going to South Carolina now. So she's going to have a whip for a while. All the star players, all the best players went where? UConn. Then they went down there to Tennessee. And they went to Stanford. These teams monopolize it. We thought Mississippi State was going to do something for a while. But then, you know, I guess you go down there and you face so much racism, you had to get your kids up out of that damn state. Anyway, opinions of Julius Hall, just the opinion of Julius Hall.
That's right. Just about to say that. Not the opinion of every sports report. Mississippi, we love you, Mississippi. But again, we move on to this right here. Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz.
He has a point to say that, but like I agree with Julius. Tennessee had they had 8-year run of championships. Then you have UConn. They won 3 straight. USC won with Cheryl Miller. You have a whole slew of teams that won before South Carolina before you could say South Carolina is the most dominant. You had other teams that were trailblazers in that department first.
Hello? You said mute Coach Fritz too?
He must be dating Don Staley or something.
I should have muted myself. Okay, they know. They just heard. Okay, all right. Peace. Coach Tisha.
I'm with him. I agree. I mean, listen, what are the guys doing? So they don't have a choice but to focus on Dawn right now. Every time you turn the news on, she there. So
and take this here for instance. Why would we be listening to Pat McAfee anyway? He was a damn punter.
Can you imagine? Imagine.
He was a punter. Now he done come and become the highest paid sportscaster in sports.
NFL. He gets paid more now than when he was in the NFL.
Listen, I give you props.
Coach Stud hasn't had his turn yet.
Sorry, Coach Stud.
Coach Julius Hall had talked for 5 minutes anyway. Coach Stud.
Well, that's okay. You know, that's brother-in-law, But anyway. We cannot shy away from what Coach Dawn Staley is doing there in Columbia, South Carolina. She is going to run through these tournaments, and her name is going to be put up there with the best college female coaches of all time before it's over with. She's certainly on her way now.
Yeah.
And she's serious about it. She's an outstanding recruiter. She got the players believing in her system. And the players, like you spoke about Dion earlier, them players elevate for them. I mean, and that's what Coach Stanley is doing. I'm very, very proud of her there.
Okay. And we'll just briefly deal with this right here. It seemed to be, again, a little bit of jealousy regarding Dawn. Dawn was held up for her wonderful sportsmanship as a coach with regards to the playing teams that, again, when they were in Columbia, so the Presbyterian coach talked about Dawn, but also Dawn is also one of the finalists for National Coach of the Year. So, Coach Stud, what's your thoughts on that? We get something briefly because since there's so much hate going on about the Dawn.
Well, you know how I feel about Coach Stanley. They need to just give her all the awards that she can receive, that she eligible for. Just give them to her. This is what she's doing. And she built this program now. She didn't inherit this program. She built this program to this level and continuing it. She's running a pipeline and going to filter them good players in there. Somebody going to come along and better offer a lot of money now.
I bet you Temple
Made a mistake.
She tried.
Made a mistake.
Look how many years she gave him.
Listen, she found her niche. I give her credit. She does deserve Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
For another coach to praise her, that's a coach that recognizes game. Game recognizes game. So Julius would know more about that.
Oh, Coach Julius Hall.
I couldn't even say that with a straight face, man.
Hey, listen. Dawn Staley is a great coach. She's a great motivator. She gets everything out of her players. That's why if I had a granddaughter that was thinking about going and could play on that level, I'd be wanting to send her to Dawn Staley also. She's just a great coach and she's classy. Yeah. She's done it so long that did y'all see after that game with the fight and what her response was compared to what the little woman name at LSU?
Kelmoki.
Yeah. Dawn was presidential.
Yes.
She was. and she's a class above Kim. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this was sent to me, and I wasn't gonna do this, but this was sent to me. They told me go ahead and do it. Yeah, he about to get me Don Staley, Raven. He about to get the autograph from them for me. That's what he about to do. He gonna get that jersey. That's right. That's right. It's Jamal Crosby. Bam in the house. And that's my cousin, and he goes to USC. And guess what? Y'all ain't getting none. Coach,
yeah, we're gonna take yours.
Yeah. Oh, and y'all remind me to make sure I get y'all shirts when y'all come back down. I'll play media shirts too. But Jamal, where is he going to South Carolina? So what he's going to play football?
He played football in Hilton Head, but then he also did wrestling. So that's why he's looking at wrestling. But he's a 3.0. He's a scholar student at University of South Carolina. So yeah, so that's why we're on Hilton Head. But then he gonna look out for me and Coach Stud. But then we move on to this. It's the Sweet 16. Sweet 16. It's the Sweet 16 ball. It's the ball of Sweet 16. Who will be the kings and the queens of the Sweet 16? Who gonna be with us? UConn. Will UConn repeat? Who will take it on the women's side? So Coach Julius Hall.
Well, UConn.
You don't want to call first. You don't be called first. Coach Teacher, no. Coach Fritz.
Let him go. Go ahead.
UConn is playing above everybody else. They are a cut above. You got a Cinderella team in there that I don't think is going to go no further than what the next game. Y'all know who I'm talking about. So, and in the girls' side, it's going to be a toss-up between LSU and South Carolina. I don't think that that once they put a boxing one on my girl, that she can win a game by herself. If you want to shut Iowa down, just put a boxing one on her. She's bad, but put a boxing one on her, and then you kill almost the team. And that's what I had to do to Jeff Malone back in the day. Back in the day when I had to shut Jeff Malone down. Jeff Malone played for the Utah Jazz.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, okay. I had to shut Jeff down. Jeff was scoring 30 points a game. He only shot 21 on me.
Yeah, I like that name drop, right?
He only shot 21 on me. But anyway.
He still got his points.
Yeah, he did. 9 less though. But anyway, that's my thoughts.
Okay. Coach Stud.
Well, I know Coach Fritz couldn't wait till you to get to this so he can get on me about my Auburn pick. I knew he couldn't wait. He was chopping at the bits to wait till we get to this segment of the show. But that's fine. I'm gonna get back on board. I'm gonna go with North Carolina. I just don't see UConn winning it again. And in the women's side, it's got to be South Carolina.
Okay. All right. Coach Fritz, Coach Tisha.
Coach Stud, your name was mentioned in this house. You would not believe. That's all he talked about. I was like, would you leave that man alone? I can't believe this. I followed him. I listened to him.
My bracket was ruined. I was like, man, I had them going all the way. My bracket is ruined. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Yale? Come on, man. Yale? For the men's side, UConn. The women's side, South Carolina. They have it where, and it's great. It's going to be great for basketball, women's basketball. In the bracket, if both of them win, LSU is going to face Iowa. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that play out. But that's my picks.
I don't follow the guys. So for the girls, of course, I have South Carolina.
Okay. All right. So it was a situation that occurred in Idaho, not far from Spokane, that occurred with regard to Utah State. Racial incidents where people were using the N-word and other things, people coming up to them, saying things to them. And so they had not been happy with that. And so Coach Tisha and Coach Fritz, what's your thoughts on that?
It was interesting watching these coaches and people that don't look like me talk about how they felt about the racism that they experienced. That was just a little snippet. What about the rest of us who have experienced it from inception and still are experiencing it? So now what changes are you really going to make that don't just affect them, but that affects everybody? It's not an isolated situation. It is a situation that has been happening. So yes, focus on that because it just happened a few days ago. Okay. But it's a bigger picture than just that one incident that you that don't look like me happen to experience. So I'm hoping that because of that incident, it gets more news spread, it gets more talked about, and there's more resolution as to how to stop it, not just for these kids that are going from school and state to state, but for all of us who experience it, some more than others.
All right. Coach Julius Hall.
Well, you know, racism is taught. And if you go to Idaho, you know that it is prevalent there. But I remember somebody telling me about a game here with Benedictine playing Savannah High. And Savannah High was beating them down. And the kids at Savannah High was saying, look at the score. Look at the score. They were shouting it, the whole team. You know, the whole stand was telling the other part of the fans, look at the score, look at the score. You know what they hollered back?
You will work
for us. You will work for us.
No.
You will work for us. Ooh. That's what they hollered back. They were telling them, yeah, y'all can excel here in this sports, but y'all gonna work for us. It's taught.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Coach Stud.
Well, we can't be naive to the fact that it still exists today. We have came some ways and we still got some ways to come, but we're making a great push. We have to be ever mindful and teach our kids about how to deal with them situations when they occur, especially if our child is out in Idaho.
Okay. Exactly.
And so now, again, we now come to KT in the house, the Japanese Steph Curry, KT.
Who is this 6'2" point guard from Japan that people are calling the Japanese Steph Curry? This is Keisei Tominaga, and after watching this performance, I can confidently say he has become one of the best players in all of college basketball. Keisei is the point guard for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and they were taking on Indiana in the Big Ten tournament quarterfinals. Tominaga was getting buckets right from the jump, and as soon as he made his first three of the night, he immediately caught fire. He followed that first one up with this disgusting step back three, and then on the very next possession, he stepped into another triple, and the crowd was going absolutely nuts. But Keisei wasn't done. He hit another wild step back three at the buzzer that capped off a 17-0 Nebraska run to close the half. And in the second half, it was just more of the same. I couldn't believe it when he hit his most difficult shot of the night, this step back triple as the shot clock was expiring. Keisei would go on to finish the game with 23 points and 5 assists as the Huskers win 93-66.
So to let y'all know this, Keisei went to a training camp done by Coach Julius Hall. He's gonna let that be known. If he didn't say it, Coach Charles Morris, who had been here,
you can tell he wanted to say
it. That's what would have been said. That's what would have been said. So, Coach Stud, what's your thoughts with regard to Keisei?
Well, he's getting himself ready to come and play in our NBA and make a lot of money and take back to Japan.
Okay.
But the kid, I like his swagger though. He's got a little swagger now, and that's what we like. That's what catches our eye in the NBA. We like that swagger. We're gonna talk more about people not making the All-Star game later on because they just don't have that swagger that we'd be looking for doing All-Star weekend. Not that they can't play now. They play fundamental sound, but we like that swagger. But he got a little swagger with him, though. That's my take on it.
All right. Coach Julius Hall.
Well, sports is entertainment. And if you can entertain, then they want you in the sport. I think he would be great for basketball, great for the NBA, because he does bring a swag that you don't see other players exemplify these days. You got to know that you can play. You got to know that you're the best. And if you ain't, you got to fake it until you make it. You got to go out. I had a partner, his son played in the NBA. I say he can play, and we've seen him play, and we know he can play, but he don't have that killer instinct. And that's what I was telling you. You got to have that killer instinct. You ain't fit to catch nothing on me. You ain't fit to you run by me or nothing. You know, you got to be able to talk that noise so that you can see that fear that you put in them is 25% of you winning that competition. You got to put fear into letting somebody know that you're better than them. Because if you don't, then they're going to take advantage of you.
Correct.
You know, you a great player and you're not talking no noise. You're not showing that swag and saying, "Come on." No. Yeah, you embarrassed if he burn you, but then he's still figuring that he got to get past you. He got to get by you. And if you showing him that he ain't, maybe the quarterback ain't even gonna throw it to you. You got to show that strength, not no weakness. And I like that kid right there. I really do.
Okay. I love him. I think he's great. But I also feel like it all depends on when he tries to get in the NBA. You know, the NBA is real fickle with who and what they let in. Is it time to have this Japanese player come in? Look at what they did to Jeremy Lin. He had so much swag. I mean, he was a phenomenal player. The NBA killed his career, literally. Why? Because they wasn't ready for him yet. It wasn't time to get that type of player nationality in the game. So I think for this kid, as good as he is all gonna matter as to when he put his hand in to want to play. Is it the right time?
And which team he goes to? But his
I hope it ain't the Knicks, because the Knicks are a freaking career killer.
That's what I was just going to say after Chris finished. I was going to tell you that. That's what happened to Jeremy Lin.
Yeah.
Facts. I totally agree.
Yeah, they did. I definitely agree with that. It's just it was a couple of stars that ruined his career, because when the stars was hurt, he was balling, and he carried the team out.
It was the owners of the New York Knicks that killed that boy's career.
This kid, I watched him play in that game. He has Kyrie Irving moves, Steph Curry range, and he has a swag about it, and he's going to be dangerous. And the NBA should let him come and play, because that market, you know, he's going to have that market.
Yeah, like I said, I think it just depends on when he tries to get in.
And what team.
And the NBA is being global also, so now that comes into play. Yeah. So now we're going to come to not soccer moms, but soccer hockey. Again, two sports that Coach Julius Hall loves. They are combined right now. Soccer hockey.
Oh, there's a fight here. This is extraordinary. Emily Gilnick and Mindy Barbieri, and now Izzy Nino, and Nino's got to be careful here. Raising the hands to Gilnick and Kayla Morrison. And Morrison, perhaps right to say, hands around the neck. What is going on? You do not see this in the Liberty A-League. Happened here. M. Gilnick tried to get Mindy Barbieri up, and Barbieri said, "Don't do that to me." Gilnick smiling, but then Izzy Nino came out, and it got serious. It got really serious. Gilnick gets a yellow. But what happens to Izzy Nino? Red card's out of the pocket. Izzy Nino is sent off. And 17-year-old Lily Rose Dunbar is going to come on in this pressure cooker to make her A-League women's debut. Nino's trying to G up the crowd. And the crowd respond. But what a moment for Dunbar to come on and make her debut.
Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz. Killer
what was she looking at? I didn't understand that. She only looked at one side.
The opinions of Fritz Porcina is not the opinions of Ebony sports reporters. So now I'm about to say this now. She came to the defense of her teammate, Izzy Nino. She is the equivalent of Draymond Green. Like I said, my opinion is not the opinions of Ebony sports reporter, but the way she did that, it was chippy. You know, don't touch my player.
I mean, but my thing, if you're gonna throw somebody out, then throw them both out. Yeah, you don't just throw one out.
But the way she is, she was bigger than the girl. Mm-hmm. She probably has a history, and that to me was like you grabbing each other. And once she saw that you grabbed her player, she grabbed you by the neck. Mm-hmm. From her angle, it looked like you grabbed her player by the neck because you was,
behind her. Yeah,
you was behind her, and she saw your hands go up, so she thought you grabbed her by the neck. So she went and grabbed you by the neck. Mm-hmm. Once I saw her, and she was taller than the other girl, I was like this. Mm-hmm. I wrote it down. Draymond Green, her and Draymond Green equal. So like I said, the opinions of Fritz Porcina is not the opinions of every sports reporters.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So, and Coach Julius Hall.
Well, and you're dead right, Fritz, because she was bigger than the other girl. Mm-hmm. And then the bigger girl came and was bigger than her.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And she kind of like cooled off what she saw. She had to look up to that girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was, she leveled the playing field, but I don't think that she should have been thrown out of the game because that first player, she shouldn't have never bothered that girl when she was bending down. And I like women's soccer, Jamal. I don't like men's soccer.
Okay. All right. We stand corrected. Coach Stud.
She had to level the playing field. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, she got thrown out, but both should have been tossed, if you ask me, though. Mm-hmm. My opinion.
Okay. So now we come to Coach of the Year. Or one of the coaches of the year, I should say.
Is it true you were named Youth Coach of the Year?
Yes.
Yeah? Yes. Oh, my goodness. Now, how did that feel when you became the Coach of the Year?
I feel great.
It feel great? You love coaching? That is amazing. Now, how old are you?
5.
You're 5. And you became the Coach of the Year. So what were you, 3?
4.
You were 4 at the time.
What does game day look like for us?
Yeah. You get excited about game day? Yeah. Oh, you look like you're getting motivated right now. Are you coaching yourself right now?
No. I need to get a fresh haircut.
So a haircut is first. Okay. What about the outfit?
I wear a coaching shirt and khaki pants.
And what else?
Coaching shoes.
Coaching shoes. If you had to coach us right now, what would you say to us?
Hustle, play hard.
Hustle and play hard. Yes?
And what you always tell your brother?
Keep your head above water.
Keep your head above water. Hey, my son told me, I was playing recently. He was like, Mama, you gotta lock in. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
You gotta lock in. You gotta focus, right? You gotta focus.
Focus.
Because what? When we focus, what we say every day is what?
Game day, baby.
There you go.
Love it.
And Ebony Sports Reports, we have featured Coach Chris on. We had, again, one of our topics was featuring Coach Christopher, and again, Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz, Coach Chris.
I love him.
I
love him. He's so adorable. And when he's on that court, he is locked in. Like, you forget that he is a kid the way he's hustling them players.
And he has his clipboard, and he's writing plays and everything.
Yes.
He's a good, starting at that age 5, 4, you're going to be a great leader of men.
Dad is grooming him very well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Coach Stud.
His dad grooming him. And give him 5 more years, he going to tell his dad, hey, you sit down, I got this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Great kid, man.
Coach Julius Hall got Coach Christopher beat because he started coaching when he was 3 years old. Go ahead, Coach Julius Hall.
Well, I was 2.5.
Oh,
and
I'm done.
Wow. Wow.
I was 2.5 when I started coaching. So, and I didn't have to ask nobody what that means. Hey, I did the thing, you know. Hey, let's get over here. Let's do this here. Hey, no, you can't do that there. Let's do this here. Move over there, man. Mm-hmm. Hey, we was doing that. I was talking to my brother. He was in the bed with me. I was telling him to move over.
Oh, goodness.
I was just 2. He was 2.5. He was 2. He was 1.5, something like that.
So we're going to come to our last commercial. This is Ebony Sports Report with Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz, Coach Stud, Coach Julius Hall. And this is Ebony Sports Reports with Coach Julius Hall, Coach Stud, Coach Fritz, Coach Tisha. And we say support our advertisers. We say to you all share. Advertisers Davis Johnson Bozeman's Law Firm with offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. One Price Cleaners located in the Farmers Market on Highway 80 in Garden City. And Shep Food and Gas located on Styles and Winter Streets in Savannah, Georgia. Don't ride by, stop by. In addition, Kim's Cafe, 714 MLK Junior Boulevard. And we also say, Coach Julius Hall, how can they get the fresh gear of Ebony Sports Reporters and Our Black Media? How can they get the fresh gear? Coach Charles Morris can't get none because he be tripping.
Which fresh gear?
I'm saying Our Black Media gear, stuff to advertise,
Oh, all they got to do is go on the page and they can find out what they can get right there. They can get anything they want. Hats, caps, shirts. I thought you was talking about this fresh gear here from Our Black Media. No, these are just for the hosts. These shirts are for the hosts only. So Tisha and Fritz, they got to get theirs. Brother, you got yours, right?
The opinion of Coach Julius Hall regarding the fresh gear for Our Black Media is merely his opinion. I don't know why he got touchy like that. Oh, I know why, because we about to get into a topic, but we will combine it all because it is his girl, the Taylor Swift of basketball. And I meant to send this to y'all, that last night during the NBA game, they shot the Taylor Swift of basketball, college basketball, into the NBA game. Did it twice, 2 times. Had that brought up her stats in an NBA game. The Taylor Swift of basketball, y'all know, is Caitlin Clark. Even Gino Gino Arena had to say some stuff with regard to her. Some folks said that, listen, referees were showing favoritism with regard to West Virginia and her, the Taylor Swift of basketball, and then Ice Cube took it to another level, Ice Cube went and took it to another level.
I said that too, by the way.
So that's what Ice Cube said. But then our homegirl Lexi, who plays for the WNBA, Lexi made her comments. So, Coach Julius Hall, we know you're probably a little upset right now that we have this as a topic, but we will get your opinion. Go ahead, give your opinion. Even though Juju Watkins, she has basically wiped out Caitlin's freshman year record. But again, we're not saying nothing that Juju might surpass her. But Coach Julius Hall, go ahead.
Listen, people can do with their money what they want to do. When you have a player that you can't refute is just an awesome player, you can't hate that she's getting a contract that you're not getting or that somebody else didn't offer. I don't think that she's going to.
That means you're lying.
I don't think that she's going to take it because it's too small for her. You know? So she's going to go and make that money in the WNBA and everywhere else. But that's too small for what Ice Cube them trying to do. I don't care if it's $3 million or whatever it is. It's too small for her. The girl is lights out shooter. The girl is a phenomenal player. And those other players, you just don't have that swag that got her to where she is. Swag has a whole lot to do with it. And then being able to back up what the hell you swagging about.
So, Coach Stud, some people go and say when Angel Reese and others do it, then people come at them. But they tell people, leave Caitlin alone. So just what's your thoughts with regards to all this, Coach Stud?
Well, Ice Cube is an entrepreneur, and I think he's just looking to bring her to his league, to boost his ratings, But I don't think she's going to take it. And to be honest, I don't think she'll have the success over there as she would in the WNBA.
Okay. Coach Tisha.
I didn't take it as a either or. Either go to the WNBA or go play with him. She can do both. They don't stop each other. She still hasn't said no, though. So is she still thinking about it? Is it still out there? I would think about it. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I've heard people talking about the whole, he hasn't offered Juju. Juju's not she's still in college. She hasn't said she wanted to leave yet. So maybe when she does decide to make that transition, then maybe he will offer it to her. But I mean, closed mouths don't get fed. So I'm not upset that he offered it. Let's see what she do with it. It's got us talking about it.
Smart move on his part. She gonna make more money in the WNBA with the endorsements and stuff like that. Now, Gino Ariama, his opinion is his opinion, but he has to big up his players. She is good. She missed out a year. She is I don't know if she's the best in America. She missed out a year and a half, and she didn't get to. You didn't get to see her showcase her whole talent, but she is good. Miss Page is good. Ref showing her favoritism. That's the game. That's the game that we play. She's a star. She's shooting out of lights out. She's like Larry Bird. If you go touch her, foul call, and then she hit the shot. Same thing.
And Angel Reese, they said that she has a bad attitude but folks are going to show them the stuff that Caitlin has said. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on because also one of the other coaches, they have issues too. One of the other coaches, they have issues too. But we're going to come to this is Coach Tisha moment right here. She has issues with regard to this.
What are we getting with Justin Fields?
Yeah, well, you're getting a great kid. Works his butt off. Dynamic. We've all seen that in terms of how he moves. The person's outstanding. You won't be wrong there at all. In terms of hard decisions, absolutely. His jersey is up, in our house. It's my son was Justin Fields for Halloween. So
I was Talkate.
Great costume. Yeah.
This is a whale.
So those conversations are tough. So I get from the fan base why that's a difficult thing. But again, it's my job to really look at the short term and the long term and set our organization up for success.
I just played the video, Ryan. I just played the video. Yeah, everybody. I played it. Yeah. You don't know why Tisha don't like you? I don't know. You did right by Justin. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh shoot, Ryan. I didn't mute myself. Oh my God. Oh.
Listen, you know what he sound like? I'm sorry. You know what he sound like? He sound like that person that don't look like us that say, I'm not racist. I have black friends. That's what I thought of listening to him. My kid wore his jersey for Halloween. Like, dude, are you serious? You said that out loud thinking like, oh, I said something great. Sitting in front of all these other. Stop. Like, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. And they're not going to do any different with this pick that they have now. You didn't do nothing with what you had. What makes us think you're going to do anything different? So you're going to take another African-American player?
No.
Come on.
Justin Fields said a whole bunch of comments about the coaching staff and everybody else.
Yeah,
before.
then y'all made him apologize as if he was lying.
And then when y'all changed them, he started balling out. Now you punishing him. But he doesn't get punished. He went to a beautiful situation. And you don't even know who you picking. You don't know if Caleb Williams is going to be that guy. Now what's his name? McDaniels? Jalen Daniels balled out. So he moved up. And it's going to be interesting how this draft comes about because he made his stock go up high.
This just shows you that GM don't got no pull whatsoever. He has got a name with a title, and that's it. He don't have no say so in nothing. He just looks good on paper and in front of the camera, and that's it.
So you all can tell America that Coach T is not happy.
The opinions of
I was pissed when that video came out.
The opinions of AJ is not the opinions of Ebony sports reporters.
So, Coach Julius Hall.
Well, Justin Fields is where he needs to be at. And I wish he'd went to Atlanta so we could have had something to cheer about while we in the stands eating popcorn and hoping that the Falcons can not let their defense just let everybody run over them. But Justin Fields is where he needs to be at. We're going to see. It's going to be an exciting football season on the college level and on the NFL level.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Coach Tony Mitchell just sent a text. He said that, but Coach Julius Hall has season tickets, but it's on the other side. It's on the visiting team side for the Falcons game. That way Coach Tony Mitchell just sent me that text.
I want it to be safe. So if they're winning, I can jab at the people where I'm at who know on the opposing side. If they losing, I can act like I'm with them. I got Coach Eric will be there with me, or you will be there with me. So I'm not worried about it. So I don't know. Coach Eric a little bigger than you though.
Coach Stud.
Bernlo, you'll be fine in that Georgia Dome because it's all about the black and red there. Regardless what side you're on, who you're standing in the nosebleed, you'll be fine. But anyway, it was a toxic environment in Chicago for Justin Fields, and they just didn't know how to utilize his talent. He's where he need to be now. Mike Tomlin's going to get him coached up right, and he's going to re-rectify his career. That was a great move. I was hoping Atlanta would pull it and get him, but when he fell into Pittsburgh, it couldn't be no better situation. He got a coach, a real coach now, for the first time in his career. He's got a real coach now.
Okay. We're not going to combine topics together. We're going to combine it because we're going to have one other topic after this, and we combine it. Rule changes in the NFL. Rule changes in the NFL with regards to tackling and also the kickoffs, but then also with regards to who you see being 1, 2, 3 with regards to the drafts, and your thoughts with regard to Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. Coach Stud, again, rule changes in NFL and Caleb and Jaden, and who you see 1, 2, 3 in general with regards to the draft.
The rule changes, I wasn't in favor of it, but it's something I'm going to have to get accustomed to. The owners decided on it, and it's going to come this fall. That's what they're going to do. I wish they would just let them play the game and leave the game as it was. They keep wanting to mess with it. After a while, they're going to put flags on them. No tackling. My first pick, I think the Bears now is going to take Jaden Daniels because of what he did. Maybe Caleb Williams, but they may take Jaden Daniels from out of LSU. And that's how I see the draft there.
Okay. All right. Coach Tisha, Coach.
I honestly think they're going to take Caleb as their first choice. As far as the rules, why are y'all even letting the owners make these decisions? They have the money. They the bank. It shouldn't even be up to them.
The NFL stole it from the XFL, that particular, kickoff return. So they saw how the fanfare and ratings were for that particular football organization. So they decided we're going to adopt that too. But, that's a good form of flattery. If you copy something, that's a good form of flattery, good praise.
Yeah, but this is the same league that y'all got rid of not just a few years ago. So now all of a sudden you want to mimic what they do? Come on, look at the people that are playing for them. These are people you pretty much exile out of the NFL, which is why these people still have to, feed their families.
Yep.
Not everybody can be a sports commentator or be a freaking Pat McAfee. So yes, this is created for them. It's just too much at this point.
Coach Fritz was talking. Wow.
We good.
Wow.
Coach Fritz got to go to bed tonight. So you and your Coach Fritz complaining.
I was waiting for him.
I'm just saying.
I thought he was about to mute her.
It was a hot topic for me, and we talked about it here in the house too.
And if I mute her, then that mutes you. So that's why I was trapped. That's why I was like, oh my God.
So some of the rules, I do understand that they're protecting the players. So now the defensive player can't tackle the way they used to tackle. And I understand the owners don't want the money coming out their pockets because all the players was hurt when it first came out with that CTE stuff. And they had to pay the players that played for them and gave their heart and soul to the team. You know what I'm saying? That people had won you championships. You made money. You in the skybox, and this guy don't have no insurance or anything to help with the new condition he has. So things have to change. So
yeah, but I think
remember the NFL made a lot of money on the hardest hits, on the video that used to be called the hardest hits, but now they changed it. It's almost like the NBA. You can't touch the players. You ain't gonna be able to touch the players. Pretty soon it's gonna be robots. You're gonna have robots playing. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be with your joystick and have the robots playing for your team, and they can't get hurt.
Taking the fun out of watching it now. It's like, come on.
But you'll see.
Coach Tony Mitchell just sent me a text. He said, mute Coach Tisha. That was Tony Mitchell said. He said, mute Coach Tisha.
Sorry.
All right. So Coach Julius Hall.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen with the rules changes. They made the game too soft. They made it to something that's not going to be recognizable after a while if they keep making all these rules changes. Football was for men, just like they ain't changed no damn rules in hockey. They fighting and still stabbing each other with damn sticks. Stop making all these changes on the football field. The CTE, hell, we got to address the CTE issue. But anyway, I think that you'll see the first 4 picks will be 4 quarterbacks. First 4 picks will be 4 quarterbacks. You're going to have, I think LSU quarterback could go 4th. But you're going to have USC quarterback, Michigan quarterback, Washington quarterback, and then LSU quarterback. He's still walking around with his damn pants down his ass. What's wrong with him? He walking, y'all seen him? Mm-hmm. They looking at this. If I could see it, I know they looking at it saying, "What's wrong with this kid? Pull your pants up." His pants down. He wears his pants down to his knees, showing his whole butt. And he's skinny.
Very.
You know, so that's gonna drop his draft odds. Watch that.
Well, actually, they say it's skyrocketing, ain't going up. You got the
that's what it was. So he went to draft day, pro day, and then he went out there with his pants down his ass.
Oh no, that's what it is. That's why it went up because of pro day.
Yeah. He did good.
Yeah.
He did good. Yeah. But they're also looking at him and what he wearing. They're gonna say, "Well, is this kid gonna be a problem with us? If you can't change your mindset to change your pants, you're gonna be a problem for us in this organization. Why should we take a risk with you? Why should we give you millions of dollars that we have to regret that we gave you?"
Well, some of them now discussing, they say that he might actually be number 1. That's what some of them say. So, but at the stands, Julius Hall is a hater too. Coach Teacher's a hater because again, so and we gotta do this real quick. I forgot one other thing, just because it's real important. The Eli factor. We don't want to spend a lot of time on it. We're going to get to the Scottie Pippen Jr. video, but then the Eli factor that's thrown out there by Dion. And so, yeah, we take one. Coach Julius Hall, 1 minute at the most. 1 minute at the most. 1 minute at the most, because you've been taking like 10 minutes of stuff you've been saying. So 1 minute, Coach Julius Hall, the Eli factor when Dion said with regards to you might pull an Eli.
Huh?
Coach Deion Sanders said that they'll pull an Eli Manning with regards to Travis and Shedeur next season and the draft next year. They'll pull an Eli.
We're telling them where they're gonna play at where they're gonna play at, and not telling teams not to pick this player. Yeah, well, I don't think that Deion need to be involved in that. These players are getting paid millions of dollars. Those players need to be saying that, their agents need to be saying that, if anything. You can't hold out, and they got to start teaching these players, if you're going to hold out at that age, then we're going to let you sit out and go play in the USFL, because this is the NFL. It means not for long anyway, so you getting all these millions of dollars, you got to be able to.
Your minute is up.
But I yield my time.
People go and say John Elway and his daddy, Archie Manning, his daddy, for Eli, they all did the same thing, and so that's what's going on. They say, and now they say the players are now becoming more empowered because of NIL and other things. So Coach Teacher and Coach Fritz, y'all got 30 seconds each.
Okay, here we go. No, I do see that he could pull a Eli. When Eli did it, everybody gave him slack for it. But once he won the 2 championships, nobody says nothing about that no more. Same thing with John Elway. He didn't want to go to Baltimore. He was the first one to do it before Eli. Once Eli did it, you didn't even know that John Elway did it. But he won 2 championships. Nobody don't talk about it.
Dion is gonna get away with it because he's setting it up now. He's playing basically chess while everybody else is playing checkers. So he's putting his kids in the positions that he wants them in so they can go where they want to go, not necessarily where society the owners think they should go. So I think he's right. Why not? He's groomed these kids literally their whole lives. They're not going to stop listening to him now. This kid just bought his mama a house. How many college kids is buying their parents' homes? Look at
right down the street from me.
Look at the kind of money they making.
Your time is up. Your time been up like 10 seconds ago. But in Coach Stud, what they're saying also, because Deion is an insider, and he knows who got good programs, good organizations, who do not have, and he does not want them to be put in organizations that are not functioning. So, Coach Stud, what's your thoughts?
Well, in regards to that, if it happens that way, Deion, I feel, is going to get a lot of backlash from that. But like Coach Teacher say, these are his kids. Travis Hunter is just like a son to him. He flipped him from FSU. You know, the guy was a #1 player when he came out of college. It's going to be very interesting to see how that pans out, though. But I understand what Deion's saying. He don't want them going to a team where they ain't going to be successful at. And then they get frustrated, get down on themselves, and end up being a bust in the league. If they come on a team that's playing at a high level, you know, going to the postseason, that's what he want them. He want them in the right situation where they can showcase their talent.
Yeah, they can go to the Baltimore Ravens. They can go to Kansas City Chiefs. They can go to Detroit Lions. They can go to San Francisco. They can go to New Orleans. All the teams that used to be the teams of Coach Julius Hall.
Look at what Chicago's doing now. Why would you put your kid in that kind of situation?
But it don't work that way. This is the NFL. This is the NBA. This is Major League Baseball. They're drafts. You get drafted. Mm-hmm. It is a privilege to play. You don't have a right to play. It is a privilege to play. They pay you millions of dollars. They have a system that they have, and you either play by the system or you sit your ass home.
If they could do it for them, then they can do it for us.
Said that that's how
I'm looking at it. You did it for the rest of them. Why you can't do it for the Eli Mannings of the world and the John Elways of the world?
Some people are just lucky. You don't announce that you're gonna do it. Eli, you know, you try to do it slick like.
I'm about to mute him.
He talking about Deion Sanders. Ain't nothing that man has ever done that wouldn't.
I'm about to mute
in your face. This is what I'm gonna do.
Correct.
Even the team that he's coaching for now.
I think they'll make an example out of them boys and sit their ass right at the house too.
Both of them muted now. Okay, yeah, I did it. Okay, all right. Scottie Pippen Jr. So what's going on? You got folks who not talking about their children, and this is again Coach Julius Hall. He got an issue with Bronny James and also the children of Mike. You know, so he says Scottie Pippen Jr.
For the ball hawk ball handling gloves, cones, bump pads, and shooting aids, go to ballhawkgloves.com for all your sporting goods needs. To get the total bundle, you get the ball hawk gloves, the bump pad, the decone, and many more. Click the link in the bio, limited time sale.
If our guys actually realize the clock.
Oh, poked away from Devin Vassell by Pippen. And he scores. My goodness. Jeremy diving after it, couldn't come up with it. And the bucket from Pippen Jr.
If the game gets tight, he's going to get a lot more minutes, and that's what it looks like is going to happen right now. And maybe he's going to threaten a triple-double.
Three-pointer good from the distance this time, and it is Aldama. Pippen Jr. It's at 58-50. Jimmy Jackson comes up with it. Pippen fights his way into the body of the deep.
In that scenario. Vassell with a miss. About 2.5 seconds, the different shot clock, the game clock, and a tie game. Pippen slams on the brakes. His three is through.
Can't convert here. The Spurs keep the lead and get the ball back.
Oh, no.
Pippen makes up for it.
Yeah, that's where Victor, just bring it up yourself.
At some point to take a foul also. Oh, Pippen needs some help to get it in on a give back from LaRavia. Pippen hustling up, slam by Jaren, delivery by Pippen.
Okay, let's see. They can be civilized now. That's what people want to know. Okay, we're gonna check and see. Let's see. Oh wait, it looks like we can't unmute Coach Tisha and Coach Fritz. Oh wow, it's like we can't. It's not letting me do that.
They'll unmute themselves.
They not. It's not letting me do it. Wow. I guess
I control this mute over here.
I'm about to do sign language.
Oh, I know. So, Coach Tisha, Coach Fritz,
He looking like his dad. He could play D. He could pass the ball. I don't remember his dad shooting that many threes, but
at all.
He's doing what he's the next generation. I'm proud for him.
All right, Coach Julius Hall.
Well, like I said, I like his game better than the Ball brothers. I like his game better than any of Jordan kids. I like his game better than Shaq kid and LeBron's boy.
Definitely better than
this boy can play, and he's showing it. And you didn't get that much hype out of him, but he can play.
Yeah, he can play.
All right, Coach Stud.
I concur with everything Coach Hall said. Exactly.
Okay.
He's not getting the hype, but he's better than the 4 other players, previous NBA players that he named. To me, and Scotty used to come down and hit that tray in transition for them Bulls.
All right. This is the Ebony Sports Reporters, and what's going to happen? There's a serious issue that's going on now with regards to sports, with regards to gambling, baseball, and also we had breaking news with regards to basketball, where you had, again, a player playing and betting on some games with regards that they're playing in. So, and also Becca's staff also said 2 weeks ago about his concerns. And so we're going to get into that next week. Ebony Sports Reporters. That's if we have Coach Tisha and Coach Julius Hall. We might not allow them to be on, but then we know Coach Charles Morris is here. He's going to look out for both of them right now. Ebony Sports Reporters. Coach Julius Hall, Coach Fritz, Coach Tisha, Coach Stud. We'll see y'all on next week. And check out all the shows on Our Black Media, Sunday through Saturday. We're here 7 days a week.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Peace.
Out.
I like that.